Hey there lovelies and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title of today's video, we're going to be reacting to RM with Wildflower featuring Youjeen. I hope I've said that right. Honestly, I'm super excited for this one. I've had it recommended a few times and also somebody has told me to expect great things from this one. So I'm super excited to get into this video and see what I can expect. But before we do, if you guys are new to the channel, then welcome and thank you for joining. Make sure you're clicking that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with what I post on this channel. And while you're at it, why not leave a like on this video as well? It really does help me to see what you're enjoying watching so I can keep making more videos like this. But with all that being said, I am just super excited to get into this one, so let's do it! I am just wondering what sort of vibe we're going to get from this because I feel like you just never know what to expect. Oh. Sounds like fireworks are like crackling, like explosions. What's... Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay. That is, wow. That is so impactful and like deep and just emotional and raw and vulnerable. Wow. Oh my gosh. Genuinely feel like speechless right now because I wasn't expecting like the way that the beat just came straight in as well. Like I feel like it just hit straight out, like straight away. I just wasn't expecting it. It's just phenomenal. Those lyrics like open land, that's where I'm at, no name, that's what I have. When your feet don't touch the ground and your dreams devour you. Oh my gosh, RM. When you feel you're not yourself. A feeling of just feeling like you've lost part of yourself. And it's almost like you've lost a sense of reality in a way. Like the lyrics, the way the lyrics are coming through anyway, like feet don't touch the ground and dreams devour you. It's almost like you had this dream, you had this thing that you always craved and wanted. And it's almost like that thing that you always had that ambition and that drive for and that passion towards, it's literally devoured who you are to the point where you can't even like see yourself anymore. That is so like deep. But also him just saying like when your feet don't touch the ground, like that sense of reality is just almost like blended into that dream in a sense. Like it's almost as if you've become one with that dream to the point of you just not being able to unblur the lines between the two because it's like that dream has become such a hard reality that it's almost like taken over everything. Like it's taken over you, it's taken over who you are, it's taken over your life. Wow. Him just saying no name, that's what I have. It's almost like in a sense, it feels like a contradiction in a way because obviously we know it's RM, you know, it's Namjoon, it's, you know, that is who he is. But him just saying like no name, that's what I have. It's like now that I've achieved all of this and now that this dream has become a reality for me, it is just like you do lose that sense of who you are because you just have that name that everybody knows you as. But it's like there's so much more deep rooted to him as a person outside of how everybody else in the outside world perceives him. And it's like now that I've achieved all of this, it's like I don't even have my own identity outside of what everybody else sees me as. That is so like, oh my, that like is, it's just like heartbreaking in a way, isn't it? Because it's coming through so beautifully in the lyrics that it's almost just like, how do you come to terms with and figure out who you are when you have so many people telling you sort of who you are and having those expectations because you do have such like a presence in this world. I've said this before when it comes to RM, especially with the lyricism, but he is somebody who I feel like just has such beauty in the way that he writes, and I think that every single time I hear any of his lyrics, it really is just so deep and impactful and long lasting and hard hitting. Like every single lyric, it just feels like there's such a great message that is trying to, you know, really be relayed in everything that he's saying. And I think this song is no different. Like, this song is so incredibly beautiful and impactful, just from what I've heard so far. 그저 화려하게 치고 싶은 날 시작의 전부터 나 상상했었지 그때 웃으며 박수 쳐줄 수 있게 나 소원했어 나 믿었던 게 다 멀어지던 때이 모든 명예가 이제 멍해가 됐을 때이 욕심을 제발 걷어가소서 No, because my heart is actually going to break in a second. Oh my gosh, no, because it's just the way, like, it's just that thought of, you growing up and having this thing that you're so passionate about, music be that passion, music be that light for you. But in a sense, it's almost like then, now that you've achieved all of that fame and all of that, recognition for what you love, it's almost like that thing that you love has now become something that's created this world for you where you just feel like you can't escape those shackles, those things holding you back. Like, it is literally like that fame just weighs you down because like outside of that fame, outside of people knowing your name, outside of, having this, like I was saying, this presence on the world, like, what is left after that? Because it's almost like it's almost like you have everything that you could ever want at your fingertips, but also at the same time you don't, because like you were saying, he doesn't even in a sense recognize himself at certain times and certain moments, and like you just sort of lose touch with who you are because you go through so much and you're put through so many different tests on this journey to the point that you just lose a sense of self and a sense of belonging, I guess. And him just, that line hits so hard though. Like that line, what was it he said? Please take my desire away from me. Like, I will do anything just to stop all of this, like to stop everything that's going on. I will literally do anything, just please. That almost like begging, like I need somebody to take this away from me. I'm saying, like, I dreamed of having that applause and having people smiling and having people's worlds be lit up by, my music and who I am and what I do. But ultimately, all of that just grew, like you said, grew distant. Like, the thought of everything that I thought would make me happy and would, bring me such joy in life has ended up almost like doing the complete opposite, because everything that I believed in, like being on this journey and seeing the two sides of what this fame and what this life is, I have grown to realize that I literally, everything I believed in, it's just in a sense almost like meaningless, because there are always going to be those people along the way that are going to try and bring you down, who are going to try and do everything they can to, hurt you and to make sure you don't succeed. And I think that especially for, people with that wider audience like RM, I think you definitely get to see the more darker side to fame, to the world in general, to people. I think that it's probably unimaginable the things that a lot of celebrities go through during that whole time of fame, and having that really just play out. I think that it's probably unimaginable the things that they all experience, and I think RM really just bringing that to light, and saying like, look, I thought that this was going to be like my dream, like my everything, but ultimately sometimes those things and those dreams and that fame that people perceive as such a blessing, yes, it has been a blessing. Yes, I've achieved so many things and I've had this recognition and I'm so grateful for that. But also, it's weighed me down. Like, it's shackled me down. It's tied me down at certain points as well. To the point of where I just couldn't even recognize myself. To the point of where I just didn't really see any hope. And that just hit so hard because, like, I say this all the time as well. But when we have such vulnerability coming through in songs like this, it makes me so incredibly grateful for just that emotional connection, in a song. And I think that RM is one of those people as well. I've said it before when I reacted to Groin, but he just is so truthful in the way in which he relays those messages in music. And I think that he's just one of those people who, whatever he is thinking and whatever he's feeling, he will just say it. He will just put it in his music and he will just say it. And I think that it's just such an incredible thing when we have artists like this be so genuine and true and authentic to how they're feeling, to their emotions, and really just showcasing that and not being afraid of showcasing that vulnerability. And I just really admire that about RM. I think he is one of those people who genuinely does just say it how it is. And I think that is just so beautiful in and of itself. 모든 명예가 이제 멍해가 됐을 때 이 욕심을 제발 걷어가소서 어떤 일이 있어도 오늘을 나로 하게 하소서 Oh every day and every night persistent pain and criminal mind 내 심장 소리에 잠 못 들던 밤 창밖에 걸은 청승마 지초승 Oh my gosh 내 분수보다 비대해질 life Oh these lyrics over my status is an oversized life. Like my status, my name, who people know me as. Like everybody looking in would think, oh my gosh, he's got this amazing life. Like he's achieved everything. He's achieved his dream, his goals, his passions, aspirations. Like he just is living the dream. But like they don't see the inside. They don't see, the actual reality of what that all means. They don't know what goes into every day. They don't know what, he's going through on the daily basis, like having to put up with everything, all of that pressure, all of those comments, all of the negativity and the stress and the just overwhelming nature of what it is to be somebody with his presence. Like it's unimaginable. Like I keep saying, like it is. Like nobody can even imagine how much toll that takes on a person. And I think that just seeing that coming through in this song, like him just saying like, yes, I achieved everything I wanted, but also like just take a moment to realize that sometimes that fame and that dream and that passion can also relay in a person having such like a weight and a pressure to deal with on their shoulders, That line, night the beating of my heart kept me up, and then saying the mournful crescent moon hung beyond the window. Like my heart literally felt like sometimes it just couldn't take anymore, and I just had that almost like anxiety from everything that I was going through. But that moon, like it was the only thing like that kept that light for me, like in those moments, like in the darkness. Like I've been through so much darkness, but that moon was the one thing that almost was like the thing that was like my confidant, the thing that I could just turn to in those moments of darkness. And I think that is just heartbreaking. Oh my god. Unbelievable. I will just say, I hope I'm saying it right, but Youjeen, the vocals are absolutely gorgeous, stunning, incredible, so powerful and strong, really just hitting on that chorus. Also, I just have to say, like the setting's been absolutely beautiful, like the different settings, so gorgeous. The vocals have been amazing, the song, the beat is just phenomenal. But the thing that is really taking most of my focus with this song is just the lyrics, because the lyrics are just so hard hitting. One lyric in all of that was just so emotional. I ask where you could be right now. Where did you go? Where's your soul? That is just unbelievable, isn't it? Because it's just like, yes, I'm here, like I'm present in this moment. But also it's like I'm here, but it's almost like a shell of who I feel like I am, because my soul just feels like it's been taken with everything. Like it just feels like it's been almost like drawn out of me, you know, like my soul just feels like it's been lifted outside of my body. And I'm at that place where I don't know where I am, who I am, and just like that thing of searching for, you know, like where are you? Like where did I go? Like where did that part of me go? Almost like realizing that on this journey as well that you can't even realize where or when that part of you left because you've been stuck like this for so long. It's just unbelievable. This song, like the lyrics are just stunning.
내 마지막일까 전부 진결이 나 하나 열까지 다 이지그치 끝한 가면은 언제 벗겨질까 예민우 히로 민우 빌런 아무것도 아닌 나 공회전은 반복돼 기억들은 아폭해 난 눈물을 판 속에 시선을 던져 하루에 뭘 원했었던 건지 이제 기억이 안나 얻었다 믿었던 모든 행복은 요자이라
I trusted I was happy, now it's a mere memory. Like I thought I was trying to kid myself in thinking that like all of this was making me happy, you know, like this was like me living the best life. But there's only so far that can take me. Like faking that happiness and faking being okay, there's only so far that can take me because like I have to come to the realization that I'm just not in this moment right now happy. Like even though I'm so grateful for everything that I've been through and so grateful for everything I have, still cannot feel that happiness in this moment because I've got so much on my shoulders and so much that I've been through that just plays such a big part in me just not feeling like myself anymore. I really am loving now that we're getting that sort of switch up, like in the style, I feel like, of where RM's going with the tone of this, you know, having in the beginning it be more like the vocals focused upon, and now we're getting that more like rap moment where it's just all like, I feel like the rap moment is just where it's all like spilling out of him, almost like all of these things that he's feeling. Now it just feels like they're coming at us even stronger, even faster. And I think that is just so incredibly beautiful. Like the switch on the beat in that was beautiful. And again, it's almost like with that as well, pairing that with the video, having it now be like that darkness, that I love how we've gone from like the darkness to the light with a lot of these shots as well. Like having the real dark sky, you know, with that moonlight shining through the clouds, and then having those moments where he's literally just stood there looking at this sort of like horizon, the sun. I think having the sun and moon play on this as well, like night and day, like those feelings being night and day. I think it's just incredible, the imagery. That line as well, yeah, me no hero, me no villain, I'm barely anything. Like people think that I have this hold, that I have this effect on people. But really, when you look at the bigger picture, like the grand scheme of things, in this world, yes, people know my name, people know who I am, but also the world is such a massive place that me in myself, I barely am anything really to think of. Like when you think of how big and grand the world is, like one person in amidst all of that, it literally is so small. You know, like even though I'm well known and I'm, you know, I've got this name for myself, like in comparison to everything else, it's just really barely anything. Like you said, you know, it's just unbelievable, these lyrics.
기억이 안 나 얻었다 믿었던 모든 행복은 요자이라 No matter what's wrong 그게 뭐가 됐건 새벽의 호흡 자락을 붙잡고 뭔가 토해내는 기억 목소리만 큰 자들의 사회 난 여전히 침묵을 말해 이건 방배 과수가 독담해 모두 오해 편견들의 타겟 반갑잖아 너의 행가래 내 두 발이 여기 땅 위에 이름도 없는 꽃과 함께 다시 별에 가시고 소확해 발밑으로 와주고 목적 없는 목적지로 슬픈 줄도 모르고 그림자와 자신이고
Oh my gosh, Aaron. Every single lyric in that was just so beautiful but so heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. Society's the loudest voice. Like it really is true, isn't it? Like him just saying, you know, I faced all of these prejudices, I faced people coming at me from all of these different angles, having all of this negativity, and I've had to just stick through it. Like I've had to just put up with it and just let it slide and pass me by, but that has held such an impact on who I am, and it's to the point of where like I've had to just disregard everything that people have said whilst it's still being stuck in my head. Like I have just had to live with all of these people's opinions and all these people's thoughts of who I am as a person. And like that as well, I feel like is another thing that just doesn't help with, like him saying he can't even see himself. And I think as well, it's because so many people have this idea and this opinion of who he should be or like the expectation of who he is. And it's like, he's just a human being. Like, he's just a person. Like, that's all he is. Like, yes, he is so incredibly talented and he's so amazing and he has achieved so much, but at the be and end all of it all, like, he is just a person. And it's like having all of this pressure and weight thrown at him constantly. Like, it just breaks my heart. But him just saying, this was the line that I think got me the most. Amongst the flowers without names. I can't go to the stars again. Like, gosh. That just is heartbreaking. Like, to a destination with no purpose. Like, I can't allow myself to let everything that these people are saying affect me to the point of me just not even wanting to stand these 2 feet on the ground. Like, I can't allow myself to even have those thoughts of like the darkness creeping into the point of that. Like, I need to just, take myself away from that. But it's just so difficult because there is just all this pressure, not knowing my own sadness, even making friends with shadows. Like, that is just heartbreaking. Like, not even taking time for yourself to realize that in this moment you are literally feeling so just almost like empty, it seems like. This song is just so beautiful. It really is. Backing vocals is stunning as well. Little vocal runs. This imagery almost like lighting up that darkness, finding that fire again.
And don't tell me like gotta be a someone 난 절대 그들처럼 될 수 없음에
I love that. I do, because it's like so many people I feel like have opinions these days and they feel the need to share those opinions and share those expectations of what somebody should be or who somebody should be in order to like fit that mold almost, in a sense. Like, they want to shape you into being somebody that you're not, and it's almost just like him saying like, look, I'm not going to try and be like anybody else. I'm not going to listen to what other people say. I'm not going to let people change who I am, because that only leads me on an even darker path, like not even being my true self then, like, to the world around me. But it's just like almost like the same thing again. It feels like, I feel like this is something that he speaks about a lot as well in terms of his music. It's like, I'm just gonna be me. Like, I shouldn't have to be anything but the person that I am, because who am I without who I am, Like, why should I have to be like anybody else? Why should I have to have somebody tell me that I need to change or I need to be somebody that I'm not? Because that just isn't me. I just love this song so much. It's gorgeous.
난 절대 그들처럼 될 수 없음에 여태껏 날 지켜온 단 하나의 힘과 철 타는 불꽃에서 들꽃으로 손에 대서 영원으로 나의 광야가 들의 나무를 언젠가 나 되돌아가리 저 하늘에 흩어질래 Like a flower, 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 flower,
So beautiful. Like, no name's what I have, no shame's what I have. Like, I just love how we've now got that resolution throughout this whole song. Like, now him just saying, like, I'm gonna shine across the sky, like, I'm gonna take back everything that's mine, take back who I am, take back my passion, my talent, everything that I know that makes me me. I'm taking all of that back and I'm just gonna shine even brighter in being able to be my true self and, you know, trying to find myself again. I think that whole story is just beautiful. The way that that's come to that resolution right at the end, gorgeous. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely amazing. I feel like this one was definitely such a personal song to him. Like, it definitely felt so incredibly true to him and his journey. But I also feel like it's one of those songs where it can leave a lasting impact on anybody listening to it. Like, I feel like he's saying, you know, even in those dark times, even in those moments where you feel like giving up, when you feel like there's all this darkness surrounding you, like, you have the ability to find it within yourself, find yourself again, and, you know, really just shine. And I think that just being like an overall message throughout this whole song, like, him just saying, like, look at me, I've been at my worst, I've been to the point where I felt like all of those dreams and all of that light devoured me, but I still have made it through the other side, and I still have been able to find that light again. I think him just saying that is such like an inspirational and powerful and encouraging message to anybody listening to this song. And I really admire and appreciate that in the way that he just turned such like a darkness into that light, you know, and into that positive message right at the end. I think it's just absolutely stunning. But I think the thing that I'm holding most is that word like flower work, and him just being like, this song's called Wildflower. Like, he is that wildflower in a sense. Like, he is that flower on the open field, you know, like he was saying. But it's almost as if like that firework play on words there. Like, he was saying he didn't, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get emotional. He didn't want to, you know, think of being among those stars. Like, he didn't want to give in to that. And so, him as that wildflower, mixing with that firework, it's like he's still among the stars, but he's still grounded. He's still here. Like, he's still part of that open field. Like, he's not one of those stars in the sky, but he's still among the stars in the sky. Like, he still has that part of him, but he didn't ultimately like give in to those dark thoughts, you know? Oh my gosh, just so beautiful. It's just so heartbreaking though, isn't it? Like, that thought, that is so heartbreaking. This song really was just so hard hitting, so emotional, and it was almost just so like, I feel like the word is just like fragile in a way as well. Like, I feel like there was just a lot of moments where, like I said, there was such vulnerability that it really did just have almost like the two sides to this song, of it being so hard hitting and feeling like so in depth, but also just having that beautiful sense of almost like calmness and just being. And I think that just really blended so beautifully together and had such a beautiful message, just even within the tone of this whole song. It genuinely is one of the most beautiful things I think I've heard, and I think it was such a different song from what I was expecting from RM, but I absolutely loved it, and I just appreciate how honest and truthful he was with his emotions in this one. It's just absolutely incredible. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching along this video with me. If you did, like I said, make sure you're clicking that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with what I post on this channel. And while you're at it, why not leave a little like on this video as well? It really does help me to see what you're enjoying watching, so I can keep making more videos like this. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.